What if I told you that success is not about luck, not about talent, and not even about how hard you work? What if the true key has been with you all along, sitting quietly in your own mind, waiting to be unlocked? Your mind is the operating system of your life. Every belief, every habit, every decision you make is coded deep inside your subconscious. And just like a computer, your mind can be programmed or reprogrammed for extraordinary results. Think about it. Two people can face the same opportunity, but one turns it into wealth, growth, and influence, while the other lets it slip away. What's the difference? The code running their minds. One has programmed beliefs of possibility, confidence, and persistence. The other has been wired by doubt, fear, and self-sabotage. The truth is simple. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your programming. That's what this book is about. Reprogram Your Mind is not about quick tips or shallow motivation. It is a complete system, a blueprint for rewiring your psychology for limitless success. Each of the 12 laws you'll discover in this book is practical, actionable, and designed to re-engineer how you think, feel, and act, so success becomes natural, inevitable, and permanent. Imagine for a moment what your life could look like if your mind was running on its highest potential. More confidence, more clarity, more results with less stress. The ability to walk into any challenge and know you are equipped to win. That is what happens when you master your inner world. The outer world bends to your will. And here's the exciting part. This isn't theory. Science has already proven that your brain is capable of neuroplasticity. It can rewire itself, form new connections, and release old limitations, which means you are never stuck. You are never doomed to repeat your past. You can reprogram your mind, and when you do, you unlock the limitless version of yourself. By the end of this book, you won't just know the laws of success, you'll live them. You'll think differently, act differently, and attract opportunities that once felt impossible. Chapter 1. The Mental Blueprint. Every building begins with a blueprint. Before a single brick is laid, before concrete touches the ground, the vision exists in detail on paper. The same principle applies to your life. Every success, every failure, every breakthrough or breakdown you've ever had first existed in your mental blueprint. Here's the truth. You cannot outperform your self-image. If deep down you believe you are unworthy of wealth, you'll sabotage opportunities. If you secretly think you are not the type who succeeds, no matter how hard you hustle, your subconscious will pull you back into mediocrity. On the other hand, when your mental blueprint says, I am capable, I am valuable, I am destined for success, everything you do begins to align with that inner design. Your actions expand, your confidence sharpens, and opportunities gravitate toward you. Henceforth, why your blueprint matters. Your subconscious mind is like the architect of your reality. It doesn't care what you say you want. It only builds according to the design it has been given. If your blueprint is filled with scarcity, doubt, and fear, your results will match that. If it's filled with clarity, abundance, and confidence, your life expands accordingly. Most people live by a blueprint they didn't even create. They absorbed it from childhood, from society, from cultural limitations, from family members who may have meant well but passed down beliefs of fear, lack, or struggle. That's why you must take responsibility for your mental blueprint. If you don't, you'll keep living a recycled version of the past. The science behind it. Neuroscience shows us that the brain operates through neural pathways, patterns that repeat and become habits of thought and behavior. If your brain has been wired for, I can't, or I'm not enough, those pathways get stronger every time you repeat them. But here's the breakthrough. Thanks to neuroplasticity, your brain can form new connections at any stage of life. This means you can literally reprogram your mind. You can redraw your blueprint. Practical application. Redesigning your blueprint. 1. Awareness audit. Write down 5 beliefs you hold about money, success, or yourself. Then ask, do these beliefs empower me or limit me? Be honest. 2. Reframe the belief. Take one limiting belief and rewrite it into a powerful one. Example: limiting. I always mess up when it matters. Empowered. I perform best under pressure because challenges bring out my greatness. 3. Visualization practice. Spend 5 minutes daily imagining yourself already living your new blueprint. Feel it in your body. See the version of you who wins, who thrives, who attracts success naturally. 4. Identity statement. Craft an I am declaration that matches your new blueprint. Say it daily. Example: I am a disciplined, focused, and successful person who attracts limitless opportunities. Final word for law 1. Your life is not controlled by fate, it is controlled by your blueprint. The moment you redesign the inner architecture of your mind, your outer life begins to follow the new design. Remember, if you want to change your results, don't start with your circumstances. Start with your blueprint. Chapter 2. The Law of Identity Shift. There is a simple yet powerful truth about success. You don't get what you want, you get who you are. This is not just philosophy, it is psychology, science, and the lived reality of every high achiever in history. You can set as many goals as you want. You can create the perfect vision board. You can repeat affirmations every morning. But here's the truth. If your subconscious identity, the way you see yourself deep inside, doesn't match the future you're chasing, you will never hold on to it. Why you don't get what you want? Think about it. A person who wants to be rich, but still identifies as someone who is bad with money, will always find ways to sabotage wealth. A person who wants to be fit, but deep down believes they are lazy, will keep quitting workouts. A person who wants success, but secretly feels unworthy, will keep shrinking from opportunities. Your results in life are not a reflection of what you desire. They are a reflection of who you believe you are. Your identity acts like a thermostat. You can heat up or cool down temporarily with motivation, luck, or even a sudden breakthrough. But unless your inner thermostat shifts, you'll always return to the old setting. That's why lottery winners so often go broke. It's not that they didn't want wealth. It's that their identity was never aligned with it. Becoming the person success requires. High performers understand this law. They don't wait to change their identity after they succeed. They succeed because they first shifted who they were being. Instead of saying, I'll be disciplined once I achieve something, they say, I am a disciplined person. Therefore, achievement is inevitable. Instead of saying, I'll be confident once I get results, they say, I am a confident person, and my results flow from that. They step into the shoes of their future self today, long before the results show up. How to rewire your identity. Here's how you start shifting from the old self to the new self. 1. Do an identity audit. Write down the top 3 ways you describe yourself. For example, I'm always late. I'm bad with money. I can't focus. Ask yourself honestly, does this identity align with the future I want? If not, it's time to let it go. 2. Future self-visualization. Close your eyes and see yourself 5 years from now already successful. How do you walk, talk, make decisions? Every day, ask, what would that version of me do right now? And then, act accordingly. 3. Anchor with small wins. Your identity is shaped by repeated evidence. Start with small actions that prove your new self-image. Want to be disciplined? Start by keeping one small promise daily. Want to be wealthy? Start by managing $10 wisely. Want to be confident? Start by speaking up once a day. Each small win whispers to your subconscious, this is who I am now. 4. Shift your language. Words program identity. Stop saying, I'm trying. Replace it with, I am. Not, I'm trying to be consistent. Say, I am a consistent person. Your words teach your brain who you are. The takeaway: you don't attract success by chasing it. You attract success by embodying it. If you keep saying, I want, your mind reinforces that you lack. But when you say, I am, you step into the identity of the person who already has it. Success doesn't come from trying harder. It comes from being differently. Shift your identity, and everything else will follow. Chapter 3. The Law of Belief. Alignment. Here's the raw truth. Your life will never rise higher than your beliefs. You don't live according to your potential. You live according to what you believe is possible for you. Every decision you make, every risk you take or don't take, every ceiling you hit is shaped not by the world outside, but by the story you hold inside. Beliefs create reality. Your beliefs are like invisible architects. They draw the blueprint for your life, and your actions, whether bold or hesitant, simply follow the design. If you believe you are not good enough, you'll subconsciously choose opportunities that keep you small. If you believe money is hard to earn, you'll find yourself working endlessly while wealth slips away. If you believe success is for other people, you'll sabotage every chance to step forward. It's not the world that limits you. It's the beliefs you've accepted as truth. But here's the good news. Beliefs are not permanent. They are learned, and anything learned can be unlearned, rewired, and replaced. Breaking limiting beliefs. To change your results, you must first challenge the beliefs that created them. 1. Identify your core beliefs. Ask yourself, what do I believe about money? About success? About myself? Write them down without judgment. Some will surprise you. 2. Expose the origin. Most limiting beliefs didn't start with you. They came from parents, teachers, culture, or painful experiences. When you realize, this isn't my truth, it's just something I inherited, you loosen its grip. 3. Challenge the evidence. Every belief survives because you keep finding proof to support it. Flip the script. For example, limiting belief. Money is scarce. Challenge. If money is scarce, how are billions exchanged daily? Wealth is everywhere. New belief. Money flows to me because I create value. Building empowering beliefs. Once you break down old walls, you must replace them with stronger foundations. Affirm with emotion. Beliefs aren't just words, they are feelings. Don't just say, I am successful. Feel the pride, the strength, the gratitude, as though it is already real. Collect new evidence. Take small actions that prove your new belief. Each win becomes evidence that your new story is true. Surround yourself with proof. Align with people who embody the beliefs you want. Energy is contagious. Proximity rewires faster than effort alone. A mental exercise for belief alignment. Close your eyes. Imagine standing on the edge of your greatest dream realized. Whether it's financial freedom, health, or impact, hear the sounds, feel the emotions, live inside that reality. Now ask yourself, what beliefs must be true for this to exist? Write them down. Those are the beliefs you must practice daily until they feel more real than your old limitations. The takeaway: your beliefs are not innocent. They are either building your future or breaking it. When you align your beliefs with your goals, life begins to flow. Obstacles shrink, opportunities expand, and you begin to act in ways that match your destiny. Remember this: the most powerful work you'll ever do is not in changing your circumstances. It's in changing what you believe about yourself and what's possible. Align your beliefs, and your reality has no choice but to transform. Chapter 4. The Law of Emotion. Success is not just about strategy, it's about state. And state is dictated by one thing: emotion. Your emotions are not just fleeting feelings. They are the programming language of your subconscious mind. Every belief you hold, every memory you recall, every action you take runs through the filter of emotion. This is why two people can receive the same opportunity. One gets paralyzed by fear, the other rises with excitement. The opportunity is neutral. It's the emotional meaning attached to it that determines the outcome. Why emotions are your mind's programming language. Think of your subconscious as the most powerful supercomputer ever built. But here's the twist. It doesn't understand logic the way your conscious mind does. It understands emotion. When you recall a painful memory, your body tenses. When you relive a joyful win, your body floods with energy. When you repeat an affirmation without emotion, it's weak. But when you repeat it with certainty and feeling, it imprints deeply. Emotion is the glue that locks ideas into your subconscious. That's why advertising uses excitement, fear, or desire, not dry facts. And that's why, if you want to reprogram your mind, you must master your emotional states. Then Brasention, how to control emotional states to fuel success. Here's the truth. Emotions are not random. They are conditioned, which means you can condition yourself into powerful states on demand. 1. Awareness first. Pause and notice your emotions. Don't fight them. Label them. This is anxiety. This is calm. This is determination. Naming creates separation, and separation gives control. 2. Shift physiology. Emotion lives in the body. Change your breathing, posture, or movement, and you instantly change your state. Try standing tall, breathing deeply, and moving with certainty. Your brain will follow your body's lead. 3. Change the story. Every emotion is tied to a meaning. If you see failure as the end, you'll feel despair. If you see it as feedback, you'll feel empowered. Change the story, and the emotion shifts. As a bridges. Anchoring techniques for motivation and calm. Anchoring is a psychological technique that links an emotional state to a specific trigger, like a gesture, sound, or word, so you can recall it instantly. Step 1. Recall a peak state. Close your eyes and relive a moment you felt unstoppable, confident, energized, fearless. Make it vivid. What did you see, hear, and feel? Step 2. Intensify the emotion. Turn the dial up. Breathe it in. Move your body as if you are living that moment again. Step 3. Anchor the state. While at the emotional peak, do something unique. Press your thumb and forefinger together. Place your hand on your chest, or say a word aloud. Repeat this several times. Step 4. Use the anchor. Later, whenever you need motivation or calm, fire the anchor. For example, press your fingers together. With practice, your brain will link the gesture to the emotional state. Elite athletes use this. Public speakers use this. Leaders use this. Why? Because those who control their emotions control their performance. The takeaway. Your success is not just shaped by what you know, but by how you feel in critical moments. If you let fear dominate, you shrink. If you let doubt win, you hesitate. But if you master your emotions, you master your life. Remember this. Logic directs, but emotion decides. If you want to win consistently, build the skill of emotional mastery. Program your mind not with empty words, but with emotions that ignite belief, action, and unstoppable drive. Chapter 5. The Law of Habits. Habits are destiny. Your life is not defined by the grand moments of motivation, but by the quiet, invisible actions you repeat daily. Success is never an event, it's a pattern. Your habits are the invisible architecture of your destiny. Think about it. The wealthiest investors don't make one lucky trade, they follow consistent investment habits. Elite athletes don't rely on one intense workout, they follow daily training habits. The healthiest individuals don't eat one salad, they sustain long-term eating habits. Your habits are either the silent engines driving you forward or the hidden anchors holding you back. In River. Why habits are destiny. 1. Habits shape identity. Every habit you practice reinforces who you are becoming. When you consistently write, you become a writer. When you consistently sell, you become a salesperson. When you consistently study, you become a student of mastery. It's not about what you do once, it's about what you do repeatedly. 2. Habits remove willpower from the equation. Willpower is limited. It drains throughout the day. Habits turn success into autopilot. Brushing your teeth requires no effort because it's automatic. Imagine success rituals becoming just as effortless. 3. Habits compound, like interest. A small action repeated daily multiplies into massive results. Reading 10 pages a day equals 18 books in a year. Saving $10 a day equals $3,650 in a year invested. It becomes much more. Tiny steps today are destiny tomorrow. The weight? Installing high-performance rituals. Step 1. Identify keystone habits. Some habits create ripple effects across your life. For example, exercise boosts energy, mood, focus, and discipline. Morning journaling clarifies vision, reduces stress, and boosts creativity. Planning your day increases productivity, reduces overwhelm, and improves results. Focus on 1-2 keystone habits first. Step 2. Habit stacking. Pair a new habit with an existing one. After I brush my teeth, I'll drink a glass of water. After I brew my coffee, I'll review my top 3 priorities. After I turn off my alarm, I'll stretch for 2 minutes. Step 3. Design your environment. Success is easier when your environment supports it. Keep books near your bed to encourage reading. Put running shoes by the door. Remove junk food from your kitchen. Make good habits easy, bad habits hard. Step 4. Track and celebrate. What gets measured improves. Track habits in a simple notebook, app, or calendar. Reward progress, even small wins, to reinforce the behavior. Differmoke. Examples of high-performance rituals. Morning ritual. Wake up. Drink water. Journal gratitude. Review goals. Exercise. Focus ritual. Before work. Silence phone. Deep breathing. Identify one most important task. Begin. Evening ritual. Reflect on wins. Write tomorrow's top 3 tasks. Disconnect from screens. Read 10 pages. Sleep early. The takeaway. Your future is hidden in your habits. You don't need to change your entire life overnight, just one habit at a time. Want wealth? Build saving and investing habits. Want health? Build nutrition and exercise habits. Want mastery? Build study and practice habits. You don't rise to the level of your goals, you fall to the level of your habits. Chapter 6. The Law of Emotional Mastery. Master your state. Master your success. Most people think success is about intelligence, talent, or luck. But in reality, one of the greatest predictors of long-term achievement is emotional mastery. Your ability to regulate your inner world, no matter what's happening outside. Think about it. 2 people face rejection. One spirals into self-doubt. The other uses it as motivation to improve. 2 people face stress. One panics and quits. The other breathes, adapts, and finds solutions. 2 leaders face crisis. One loses control and spreads fear. The other radiates calm and inspires confidence. The difference is not knowledge or skill. The difference is emotional intelligence, the ability to master your state. Why emotional mastery is the multiplier of success. 1. Emotions drive decisions. You don't make decisions based on logic alone. You make them based on how you feel in the moment. Fear creates hesitation. Confidence creates action. Mastering emotions means mastering decision-making. 2. Emotions shape performance. Athletes, entrepreneurs, speakers, those who succeed know how to get in state. Peak performance happens when emotions are aligned with clarity and confidence. 3. Emotions influence relationships. Success is never solo. It's built on partnerships, networks, and influence. Emotional intelligence, EQ, is more powerful than IQ when it comes to leadership, negotiation, and persuasion. The core skills of emotional mastery. 1. Self-awareness. Recognize your emotional triggers. Journal. What emotions do I feel most often? What situations create them? 2. Self-regulation. Instead of reacting impulsively, learn to pause. Use breathing, reframing, or physical movement to shift your state. 3. Motivation. Use emotions as fuel. Turn frustration into focus. Turn doubt into drive. Anchor positive emotions to habits. For example, celebrate after completing tasks. 4. Empathy. Understand others' emotions. Success depends on influence and connection. Ask, what are they feeling? What do they need? 5. Social skills. The ability to manage relationships calmly and powerfully is what makes leaders unforgettable. Practical tools for emotional mastery. The pause rule. Before reacting, count to 5, breathe deeply, and choose your response. State shifting. Use physical action. Stand tall, smile, move to change emotions instantly. Reframing. Ask, is this happening to me or for me? Shift your perspective. Anchoring. Connect physical actions. For example, clenching fist, tapping chest, with positive states through repetition. Example, emotional intelligence in action. Steve Jobs was known for intensity, but what made him magnetic was his ability to channel emotions into vision and persuasion. Oprah Winfrey turned her painful past into empathy and influence, mastering her emotions to connect with millions. Elite athletes don't just train their bodies, they train their emotions under pressure. That's why they perform in the clutch. The takeaway: your emotions are not random, they are data, signals from your subconscious. But if you don't control them, they control you. Fear can stop you or push you to prepare harder. Failure can break you or teach you what no book can. Stress can drain you or sharpen you like steel in fire. Master your state, and you will master your success. If you're still here with me right now, it means this audiobook is resonating with you. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share this video. Why? Because every time you engage, you're not just supporting this channel, you're helping other people who need this exact message find it too. And together, we build a community of growth-minded people who are unstoppable. Also, think of that one friend you truly care about, the one you'd love to see grow, succeed, and reprogram their mind for greatness. Share this audiobook with them. Sometimes, a single resource can change someone's entire direction. And finally, drop your thoughts in the comments section. Use it like a note to self. You can come back to it later when you've reached your goals and see how far you've grown. Now, let's dive back in and continue this powerful journey together. Chapter 7. The Law of Visualization. See it before you achieve it. One of the most powerful truths about the human mind is this: it cannot tell the difference between something vividly imagined and something experienced in reality. This is why visualization is one of the most potent tools for success. Think of elite athletes. Michael Phelps, the Olympic swimmer, would mentally rehearse every stroke of his race before stepping into the pool. He visualized not only his perfect performance, but also what he would do if something went wrong, like water filling his goggles. So when it happened in real life, he didn't panic. He had already rehearsed victory in his mind. That's the essence of the law of visualization. You create a mental blueprint of your success so detailed, so real, that your mind begins to accept it as inevitable. Why visualization works? Your subconscious mind doesn't differentiate between imagination and reality. When you consistently see yourself achieving a goal, your brain wires itself to move in that direction. Visualization activates the reticular activating system, RAS, in your brain, the mental filter that decides what you notice. Suddenly, you start spotting opportunities, ideas, and resources that align with your vision. It builds emotional certainty. When you repeatedly rehearse success, you start believing it's possible. and belief is the bridge between desire and achievement. How to practice visualization like a high performer. 1. Get clear on the goal. Don't just visualize being successful. See the exact outcome. How much money do you want to earn? What position do you want to hold? Where do you want to live? Clarity fuels imagery. 2. Engage all the senses. Don't just see it. Hear the sounds. Feel the emotions. Notice the smells. Taste the victory. If you want to visualize driving your dream car, feel the leather steering wheel. Hear the engine's roar. Smell the new car scent. Make it multi-dimensional. 3. Anchor emotion to the image. Visualization without emotion is just daydreaming. Emotion charges the vision with power. Feel the gratitude, excitement, and certainty as though you already have it. 4. Daily rehearsal. Spend 5-10 minutes every day in mental rehearsal. Mornings work best because your subconscious is most impressionable. Nights are powerful too, as your brain processes the last images you feed it while you sleep. 5. Visualize the process, not just the outcome. Don't just picture the finish line. See yourself making the calls, writing the proposals, going to the gym, saying no to distractions. When you visualize the process, the outcome becomes natural. A practical exercise for you. Close your eyes right now and bring to mind one goal that truly excites you. See yourself already living it. Notice the details. Where are you? Who is with you? What are you wearing? What's the environment around you like? Hold this image for a few minutes and let the emotions flood your body. That feeling is the seed of your future. Visualization is not wishful thinking, it's mental programming. When you see it in your mind with enough clarity and emotion, your actions, decisions, and even your environment start bending toward that vision. Remember, you must see it before you achieve it. Chapter 8. The Law of Vision. Clarity programs the subconscious to manifest results. If you've ever felt stuck, drifting, or unsure about your direction, it wasn't because you lacked ability, it was because you lacked vision. Without a clear vision, the mind operates on survival, not creation. But when you give it clarity, it begins to attract, align, and manifest with incredible precision. Your subconscious mind is like a GPS. It cannot take you somewhere unless you first input the destination. The law of vision reminds us that clarity is power, and a clearly imagined future pulls you toward itself like a magnet. Why vision matters. Clarity creates energy. When you know exactly where you're going, you wake up with purpose. Unclear people hesitate. Clear people move. Vision trains your subconscious. The brain constantly seeks patterns. A defined vision programs your reticular activating system, RAS, to filter opportunities aligned with your goals. What you see, you become. The images you consistently hold in your mind shape your self-image, and your self-image determines your destiny. Are these tools of vision? 1. Visualization. This is about seeing your desired future so vividly that your subconscious begins to accept it as reality. Like elite athletes rehearse their victories, you must rehearse your life. 2. Scripting. Beyond seeing, scripting is writing the movie of your future life. Write in present tense as if it has already happened. I am living in my dream home, surrounded by peace and abundance. I wake up every morning excited for the work I love, and I feel grateful for the wealth flowing into my life. When you script daily, you are imprinting these instructions into your subconscious. 3. The power of imagination. Imagination is not child's play, it is creation's laboratory. Every invention, every building, every business first existed in someone's imagination before it took form. When you activate your imagination, you become a co-creator with reality. Exercise. Your 5-year magnetic vision board. Take time this week to design a clear, magnetic vision for your life 5 years from now. Here's how. 1. Define the categories. Break your vision into areas: health, wealth, relationships, lifestyle, personal growth, contribution. 2. Collect the images. Find or create pictures that represent what you want. Dream car? Find the exact model. Ideal body? Choose an image that inspires you. Dream vacation? Print that tropical beach. 3. Add words and affirmations. Place words that capture the essence of how you want to feel. Freedom, joy, impact. 4. Anchor it daily. Place the vision board somewhere you'll see it every day. Each time you look at it, feel the emotions of already having it. This is not just decoration, it's subconscious programming. Your mind works in pictures, and when it repeatedly sees a clear direction, it begins to organize your actions to get there. And disgraded. Remember this. Vague goals produce vague results. Clear vision creates magnetic results. When you combine visualization, scripting, and a magnetic vision board, you are not just hoping for the future, you are designing it. Clarity is the bridge between where you are and where you're meant to be. Chapter 9. The Law of Action. Success is not thought alone. It's aligned action. You can dream, visualize, and affirm all day long, but without action, those dreams remain fantasies. The law of action reminds us that the bridge between the invisible and the visible is movement. The universe responds to energy, not intention alone. And your action is the signal you send to life that you are serious about your desires. It's rephrased. Why action matters. 1. Thoughts without action equals illusion. A plan sitting in your journal changes nothing. Success requires consistent steps, not just inspiration. 2. Aligned action creates momentum. When your actions match your vision, they generate feedback and opportunities. Each small step compounds into massive results. 3. Clarity through movement. You don't need to see the whole staircase to take the first step. Often clarity arrives after you begin, not before. In his branded, Overcoming Procrastination with Micro-Action. Procrastination is the silent killer of dreams. We wait until we feel ready, or until the timing is perfect. But the truth is, readiness comes through action. Shrink the task. If the goal feels too big, break it into micro-actions. Instead of write a book, make it write one paragraph. Commit to 5 minutes. Tell yourself you'll start for only 5 minutes. Momentum often carries you further than expected. Celebrate micro-wins. Each completed action is a dopamine reward that trains your brain to enjoy progress. As would not know star. The momentum effect. Action feedback growth. Action doesn't guarantee immediate success, but it guarantees progress. When you act, you gain feedback. Feedback creates learning. Learning fuels growth. Every successful entrepreneur, artist, or athlete built greatness not through one giant leap, but through thousands of small, imperfect actions. Remember, motion beats meditation when it comes to results. The Sajjans, exercise. The 72-hour rule. To practice the law of action, adopt the 72-hour rule. Whenever you get a new idea, goal, or inspiration, take some form of action within 72 hours. Want to start a business? Register the name, research the first step, or create the outline. Want to improve your health? Buy the gym clothes, prep a healthy meal, or schedule a workout. Want to grow your income? Reach out to a potential client, update your profile, or study a new skill. Even if the action is small, it tells your subconscious mind, we are moving. This single step prevents ideas from fading into procrastination. And well, parrot, remember this. Dreams without action are hallucinations. But once you combine vision with consistent, aligned movement, the universe begins to conspire in your favor. Action is the proof of belief. Action is the engine of success. Action is how you reprogram your mind into results. Chapter 10. The Law of Energy. Physical vitality fuels mental performance. You cannot build an empire with a drained body. You cannot lead with excellence if your mind is foggy from exhaustion. The law of energy states that your physical vitality is the foundation of your mental clarity, emotional stability, and overall success. Your mind is not floating in space, it is housed in your body. And the quality of fuel you give that body directly determines the quality of thoughts, decisions, and results you produce. Non. Why energy is the ultimate currency. 1. More energy equals more productivity. High energy doesn't just mean physical stamina. It means sharper focus, faster problem solving, and greater creativity. 2. Low energy creates invisible losses. Poor nutrition, lack of sleep, and constant stress quietly steal opportunities. You miss ideas, you cut corners, you procrastinate not because you lack discipline, but because you lack energy. 3. Energy attracts opportunities. People are drawn to vibrant, enthusiastic individuals. Your energy is magnetic. When you radiate vitality, you naturally pull people and possibilities into your orbit. 6. The 3 pillars of peak energy. 1. Nutrition. Fuel for the brain and body. Eat whole foods that nourish. Fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, healthy fats. Avoid energy killers, excessive sugar, processed junk, constant caffeine dependence. Hydrate your brain is over 70% water. Even mild dehydration reduces focus. Success habit. Treat food as fuel, not just pleasure. Ask yourself before meals, will this give me energy or steal it? The question. 2. Rest. The secret weapon of high performers. Sleep is strategy, not laziness. During sleep, your brain consolidates memory, clears toxins, and recharges creativity. Aim for quality over quantity. 6-8 hours of deep, undisturbed sleep. Build a sleep ritual. Dim lights, no screens before bed, calm routines that signal the body to rest. Success habit. Protect your sleep like you protect your goals. A rested mind is sharper than a restless one. In Maxter. 3. Movement. Generating energy through motion. Exercise isn't just for fitness, it's for focus. Moving your body floods it with oxygen, hormones, and energy. Even short bursts of movement, stretching, walking, bodyweight workouts can reset your brain and elevate mood. Consistency is key. You don't need to train like an athlete. You need to move daily. Success habit. Use the 20-20 rule every 20 minutes of sitting. Move for 20 seconds. This keeps energy flowing all day. These Bach, the energy audit. Eliminate what drains you. Just as you add energy-boosting practices, you must also remove the leaks. Ask yourself, who or what drains my energy daily? What foods, habits, or environments make me feel sluggish? What boundaries do I need to set to protect my vitality? Then systematically cut, reduce, or replace them. The past one. Exercise. Design your daily energy rituals. Take out a journal and design 3 daily rituals that will maximize your energy. 1. Morning activation. For example, water plus stretch plus sunlight. 2. Midday reset. For example, short walk, 5-minute meditation, hydration break. 3. Evening recharge. For example, digital detox, light reading, gratitude journaling. Small rituals compound into extraordinary energy levels. Remember this: you cannot pour from an empty cup. Energy is not a luxury. It is your most valuable asset. Protect it, cultivate it, and multiply it, because with abundant energy, there are no limits to what you can create. High energy equals high performance. Low energy equals low potential. Choose wisely. Chapter 11. The Law of Contribution. Success expands when shared. There is a profound truth that every extraordinary leader, creator, and wealthy individual eventually discovers. True success is never about what you accumulate. It's about what you give. Money, knowledge, love, skills, opportunities, they multiply when shared. The law of contribution states that your growth accelerates when your life adds value to others. Contribution reprograms your mind away from scarcity into abundance. Because when you give freely, you prove to yourself that you already have more than enough. Why contribution multiplies success. 2-1. Contribution rewires scarcity thinking. When you give time, resources, wisdom, you send a signal to your subconscious, I have more than enough. This mindset destroys fear of lack and expands your capacity to receive. 2. Contribution builds legacy, not just income. Money fades, possessions depreciate, but the impact you create in people's lives echoes for generations. The most successful individuals are remembered not for what they kept, but for what they gave. 3. Contribution expands networks and opportunities. When you help others rise, they naturally pull you up as well. Contribution creates powerful relationships rooted in trust and reciprocity. How giving reprograms the mind for abundance, shifts focus from self to service. Instead of asking, what can I get? You begin asking, what can I give? And in that shift, opportunities multiply. Activates joy and fulfillment. Scientific studies show that giving activates the brain's reward center more than receiving. Contribution literally rewires your brain for happiness. Creates energetic circulation. The more value you put into the world, the more energy, wealth, and resources flow back to you. Practical ways to contribute. While building wealth, contribution doesn't mean sacrificing your success. It means integrating giving into your journey. Here's how. 1. Micro-giving daily. Share encouragement, compliments, wisdom. Hold the door open. Check in on someone. Mentor when possible. 2. Skill-based contribution. Offer your expertise to a nonprofit, community, or someone just starting out. Remember, your knowledge can be someone else's breakthrough. 3. Financial contribution. Tithe, donate, or invest in causes you believe in. Start small. Consistency matters more than amount. 4. Contribution in business. Build businesses that solve real problems and add genuine value. Aim for win-win outcomes where profit and impact coexist. Exercise. Define your contribution path. Take 10 minutes to reflect and journal. What unique skills, resources, or experiences do I have that could benefit others? If I could contribute to one cause or community, what would it be? What is one small act of contribution I can commit to today? When you start aligning contribution with your daily life, you tap into a higher frequency of abundance that goes far beyond material success. That is pretensions. Remember this. Wealth is not what you hold, it's what flows through you. The richest life is not measured by what you have, but by the lives you've touched. Contribution transforms success into significance and ensures that your journey leaves a lasting imprint on the world. Because in the end, people may forget your titles, your possessions, even your achievements, but they will never forget how you made them feel, what you gave, and how you contributed. Chapter 12. The Law of Growth. Constant learning rewires your brain for success. Growth is not an event, it's a lifestyle. True success isn't about reaching one milestone and stopping. It's about continuously expanding your mind, your skills, and your capacity to contribute. The law of growth states that the more you learn, the more you become, and the more you become, the more success naturally flows into your life. Just as a tree that stops growing begins to die, a mind that stops learning begins to decay. Lifelong growth is the fertilizer of success, and it is the ultimate edge in a rapidly changing world. Why? Growth is the key to limitless success. 1. The brain is designed for expansion. Thanks to neuroplasticity, your brain is always rewiring itself. Every thought you think and every skill you practice literally reshapes the connections in your mind. This means you are never stuck, no matter your past, your habits, or your circumstances. Growth is always possible. 2. Growth creates new possibilities. The more you learn, the more patterns you recognize and opportunities you can see. What seems impossible today may become effortless tomorrow, simply because you grew into the person capable of achieving it. 3. Growth prevents stagnation. Many people fail, not because they lack potential, but because they stop growing. The law of growth reminds us that success is not a one-time achievement, but a daily commitment to becoming more. Practical ways to harness the law of growth. 1. Daily learning habit. Read 10-20 minutes every day. Choose books that challenge your thinking and expand your perspective. Replace passive scrolling with active learning. 2. Skill expansion. Commit to mastering one new skill every year, something that aligns with your vision of success. Continuous skill acquisition compounds like interest. 3. Reflect and reframe. Growth doesn't just come from learning, it comes from reflection. Journal regularly to capture insights and refine your direction. Ask, what did I learn today? How can I apply it tomorrow? 4. Surround yourself with growth-minded people. Growth thrives in environments where learning is valued. Join masterminds. Take courses. Connect with people who push you to think bigger. Exercise your growth blueprint. Write down 3 areas of your life where you want to grow over the next 12 months. Identify one resource for each area: book, mentor, community. Decide on a daily or weekly habit that will keep you growing consistently. The ultimate truth of growth. Success is not about reaching the top of a mountain and planting your flag. It's about becoming the kind of person who climbs mountains for a lifetime. Each summit you conquer is only the beginning of the next ascent. When you live by the law of growth, you never fear decline because you are always in motion. You become unstoppable because no setback can shrink a mind that keeps expanding. The person who commits to growth never loses because even in failure, they gain wisdom, strength, and perspective. Growth is not optional. If you are not growing, you are declining. If you keep growing, you are limitless. Becoming limitless. At this point, you've walked through the 12 laws that reprogram the mind for unstoppable success. You've seen how your beliefs, habits, emotions, energy, vision, and actions all work together to shape your reality. Here's the truth. Success is not a destination. Success is not a trophy. Success is not even a number in your bank account. Success is a natural state of being. It's who you become when your mind is aligned, your habits are sharpened, your emotions are mastered, and your growth is non-negotiable. It's not about chasing, it's about embodying. When you live as a reprogrammed individual, you no longer wonder if you will succeed. You know it's only a matter of time, because success is wired into your identity. You become a person who can adapt, expand, and attract the right people, opportunities, and resources over and over again. That's what it means to be limitless. Now it's your turn. Don't just close this audiobook and return to normal life. Choose one law today and live it, then another tomorrow. Stack them until they become your new reality. And if this journey has spoken to you, here's how you can multiply its impact. Like this video not just for us, but so that more people who need it can find it. Subscribe to this channel if not. This may be the last time you see us, and you don't want to miss what comes next. Share this audiobook with a friend you care about, because success grows faster when it's multiplied. Comment below. Drop your thoughts, your takeaways, or even a simple, "I'm ready to reprogram my mind." Come back to that comment in the future and see how far you've come. You've already taken the first step by reaching the end of this journey. That makes you different. That makes you committed. That makes you someone success cannot resist. Now go forward, not as the old you, but as the limitless, reprogrammed, unstoppable force you were always meant to be. Welcome to your new life.